Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Horoscope for the year 2018 by Alma. So, as I said, this recording will be for your Sun sign Libra, Rising sign, or Moon sign. And always remember, not always your Sun sign will make sense to you. Therefore, it's very important that you also listen for your Rising sign and for your Moon sign, because sometimes those messages could make better sense to you. This will be a general reading. For those of you who would like to have a personal reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website, amalightworker.com. All of that information, how to contact me, is going to be right down here in the show more description box. I'm also going to record a whole new video for your sign, and in those videos, the new videos that I'm going to upload at Vimeo, for those of you who are interested to know more, I'm going to focus on each and every month. I'm going to break down each and every month of 2018, and I'm going to get you an Akashic reading, suggestions, and whatever the Akashic reading will reveal to me about your sign for each and every month. So the link for that, for those of you who are interested, is going to be right down here in the show more description box. And remember, in January I am again going to be live with you, so we can together do a live reading for you. We are also going to have some very important planetary movements in January. We're going to have a lunar eclipse. Thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to my returning subscribers. Thank you to you if you are a new subscriber. Remember, when you subscribe, you hit the subscribe button right down here. Next to that, you're going to see a little bell icon. Click on that. That's the notification button, and it will notify you each and every time that I upload special videos like this one, and it will also notify you each and every time that I'm going to do a live streaming. So with that being said, allow me to focus on this reading for you. I decided that I'm going to use 3 cards from the traditional tarot deck and 1 additional card from the psychic tarot deck. So the first 3 cards, each one of them is going to represent 4 months, like January, February, March and April for 1 card, so on and so forth. And the last one is just going to represent like an overview or general messages for you for the entire year. And at the very end, I'm also going to open 2 more cards from the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland to take a look at January for you. So I'm also going to do a January prediction for you, and we're going to look at together at the last 2 cards, because I didn't flip the cards yet. I don't even know what these are, so we're going to find out together. Now, allow me to begin with the first card. So these are the cards, generally speaking, these are the cards that did show up for you, Libra, for the year 2018. So the first card that wanted to show up is the 2 of Wands, representing January, February, March, and April 2018. And the meaning of the card, to me, it means starting to build the foundation as to where do you want to go from here. Sometimes it also represents struggle of choices for its own sake. But to me personally, sometimes in this card, it also means negotiations, trade, commerce, people coming to you for help or joining forces with other people in the sense of partnerships to be formed, friendships, associations, and it also denotes important communications to the people around you. It also represents sharing of knowledge or sharing of information. And to me personally, sometimes this card also represents planning or even thinking of traveling, planning also around travel. Now, allow me to tune in so I can figure out psychically why is it that this card showed up in this reading and what does it mean for you, Libra. I am getting that for some of you Libras, a partnership will be formed right out of the gate. As 2018 begins, many of you are going to create some sort of a new partnership with another person. Now, for some of you, this could be a very strong sexual attraction, having chemistry with someone, not necessarily a love relationship. Maybe it's just like a very strong chemistry together. And for other ones, this card is manifesting how you feel about different associations, different relationships that you have with particular people in your life. Because I do keep getting that for some of you, it's like you're going to hit that refresh button in every relationship, and you're kind of going to get a feel as to with who you would like to spend more time, with whom you like to still have them in your life, to communicate or not communicate, to associate yourself with or not to associate yourself with. But I also keep getting important strategies taking place, important associations. For some of you, you could be in a position sometime between January, February, March, and April. You're going to be in a position where some sort of a position may be offered to you. This could be an associate position. You may be in a position to open or to begin your own business venture or your own business. You could be in a position where maybe you already own a business and you are in a position where you are going to create some sort of a partnership with another firm, with another company, with another person. For some of you, I also keep getting lots of movement, because I keep getting many of you packing, opening up your closets, kind of getting in there, reorganizing things that maybe normally you don't organize as often, like your closet, computer files, important documentation. I also keep getting images of some of you trying to create some sort of strategy around your finances, trying to go over some details to a financial transaction, details to a financial deal. And for some of you, I keep getting that you are really going to focus on either creating a solution, finding out more, or something could show up for you in terms of taxes, IRS, returns, whatever the IRS needs to return to you, or whatever you need to pay them. So for some of you, taxes and IRS is kind of highlighted in this time frame. So January, February, March, or April. I also keep getting that some of you will adapt, or you will adjust to a new attitude. You may try to simplify your life. So maybe that's why I keep getting some of you packing, unpacking, trying to kind of make the space around you not so packed, or adopt a more simplistic approach to life, to living. For some of you, I keep getting that so here's what I keep getting with Libras: either downsizing or upgrading your space of living. And if you are looking for a home, whether it is to rent or to buy, this could be happening during this time. But I also keep getting home repairs. So this may not necessarily be related to buying a new home or a new property. This could just be the case that in the place where you live, there's going to be the need for you to either repair things that may show up for repairing. However, I also keep getting you working in unison with other people. So other people coming to help you with these changes that you are going to make in your house, even if it is moving or buying a home. For some of you, I keep getting that your family may be expanding, and there's going to be, if you don't necessarily move during this time frame, you are really going to consider and have a stronger desire to move. Maybe because your family is expanding, and you are going to really take a look at your living situation to accommodate the changes in the family. I don't necessarily get people moving away, maybe because they're going away to college, or they just simply can afford on being on their own right now. That could be happening too. But for most of you, I keep getting your family will be expanding. There's going to be some movement for those of you who are working with your job and with your work. If these career-related or job-related changes do not happen right away from the start of 2018, I keep getting that you're going to have either in mid-year or by the end of the year, you are going to find yourself in a new office. You may be finding yourself totally having a new job. And I keep getting that for some of you, gradually over the hard time of the year 2018, you could be working toward you completely shifting and changing the direction of your career. You may end up in a new career for some of you, but for some reason I keep getting that this shift or this change could be happening gradually for you, Libra. Please be very careful with any communication, information, news around money, financial transactions, anything that could be in regards to money, settlements, any applications. It could also be for financial aid. Anything that is in relation to money, I keep getting that. From January until April, you really need to be careful. Because you may tend to oversee some important detail. But I also keep getting a business deal or a business transaction that it's not necessarily beginning or starting in 2018. This is related to something that initiated maybe in 2017, most likely in the last 6 months of 2017, that in some ways is going to now either come to a completion, to a conclusion, or is going to start to come to fruition, to manifest in the first 4 months of 2018. There's going to be, for some of you, you may have to deal with people that belong to another culture, to another faith, to another country, because I do see some communication with you overseas. Now, for some of you, this could be maybe it's related to the company that you work for. Maybe the company that you work for may be expanding overseas or in other countries. But for some of you, I keep getting that maybe not necessarily work, but due to some family situation or for some family reason, you may consider relocating even in another country. That's going to be the case for some of you, not for all of you. Please be careful with anything that you may receive. Emails, regular mail. Some of you really need to carefully explore your options, not to be scammed, not to misinterpret any information that could be coming to you in regards to money or in regards to legal and immigration related situations. There's going to be some confusion throughout this hard time, but for some reason, I don't know if this is related to this confusion or not. For some reason, I really do keep getting that some of you Libras are really going to focus on limiting the people that you are very deeply, strongly associated with. Whether these are your close friends, whether these are the people that you are associated through your work or through your profession, whether these are your neighbors, whether these are people in different communities that maybe you belong to. Some of you may start, you could be thinking of starting some sort of a course of study or learning something new. That could be in the process of thinking and wishing or desiring. For some of you, you may not necessarily start these courses or this studying or this learning necessarily in the first 4 months. But for some of you, especially in Mars, you're going to have some very strong ideas and desires for you to kind of move up, learn something new, or kind of take a chance, take a risk, or just do something that kind of to break that what is boredom for you, what is normal for you. I keep getting that your perspective will be changing due to some people that you are going to meet throughout 2018 that in some ways, maybe unintentionally, are going to influence you, but they're going to influence you in a very positive way. If you were in a situation that you had to deal with somebody that was very manipulative toward you, or just generally they were manipulative, I don't necessarily see this person in your life. You could be putting a stop to it. However, be careful with people from your past that in some ways angered you, hurt you, used you, or manipulated you, because there's going to be some communication with someone from your past with whom a situation was either complicated or they really ended up manipulating you, hurting you, irritating you, frustrating you, or angering you in some ways. And for some of you, this is one. This could be like an ex-business partner for some of you. The next card that you have is the Seven of Cups. It represents May, June, July, and August. And I also forgot to mention, before I go any further, that in January 31st we're going to have a lunar eclipse, and that will be followed in February by a solar eclipse. So maybe that's why you're going to feel, at the very least, emotionally, this big shift, Libra. And then that will be followed by this big shift in your work, in your home, and in your family. But for all of you, you will be affected emotionally, and you will be affected in the way how you think. So your thinking will be shifting, your beliefs will be shifting. So Seven of Cups representing May, June, July, and August 2018. To me, it means feeling scattered. Sometimes it means boredom. It means feeling stuck or stagnation. It also means you have too many choices presented in front of you. Some are negative, some are positive, and you have to figure out what to choose. So carefully analyze each and every choice. But at the same time, do not take too long, because some of these choices presented to you may not necessarily be available to you anymore. And sometimes this card also means fear of choice. It also represents a lack of direction, or it could represent like a need to have a direction. It also means you need to reflect on your own potential, reflect on your true potential, reflect on how you limit yourself, reflect on how you can, what you can utilize that you already possess in terms of your character, in terms of your gifts, in terms of your talents, to get out of this situation. But again, do not overly do it. Do not overly analyze. So now allow me to figure out what does it mean and why this is showing up in this reading for you. I keep getting that for some of you there's going to be confusion in regards to a marriage, or in regards, maybe you are already separated or divorced. But there's going to be again some confusion in regards to an ex. This could be your ex-husband, your ex-wife. There's going to be some, maybe some complication into some matters of. Maybe you get spousal support, child support, any settlement or any money that you are entitled to through your ex-husband or through your ex-wife. And for some of you, there's going to be a case where I keep getting that somebody may be threatening to proceed legally, or to take some legal actions. That's going to be the case for some of you. I don't necessarily see anything bad happening. Although this sounds as very negative for some of you, unfortunately this is life. So I'm just the messenger, and I'm bringing this message. I don't necessarily see that this is going to necessarily bring negativity in your life. To me, even though it sounds like very complicated and challenging, it does feel that it's actually going to liberate you, or it's going to free you, or you are going to end up having something positive, some positive gain from this. That's going to be the case only for some of you, not necessarily for all of you. I also keep getting that for other Libras, you may be feeling like, do you want to move forward in the next stage of your relationship? Do you want to get married? It's like you're going to try to reflect and figure out your true meaning, the true meaning of a relationship that you are in, and maybe trying to figure out what would be the best for you in your relationship. Do you want to move on with a relationship? Do you like to not move on just yet? Are you ready to get married? Are you ready to settle? This could be that maybe not you personally, but maybe your partner may not feel so secure about, maybe they're taking their time to think. So it does feel that for some of you, you may have a tendency to rush somebody to make a decision in regards to you. Maybe you may feel like you need to rush them to make a decision in regards to you, whether you're going to get engaged or married. It could be in a different situation. It could be family related, not necessarily related to that. But the advice that I keep getting for you is, do not rush yourself. Do not rush anyone else in your life. Rather, take your time. And above all, try not to take everything so seriously. For some of you, I keep getting that you are going to pick up something that, like a very healthy habit, something that will help you in your daily life to be more productive. So if normally maybe you didn't cook, you could be picking up cooking. You could learn how to do your own taxes. You may be learning how to do your own makeup, or to do your own hair. You may be learning how to operate or how to do a very particular computer program, so you don't have to constantly hire other people or ask for help. I keep getting that. In little ways like this, you are going to gain your own independence. So you're going to not only learn, but you are going to be more productive. You're going to learn a new skill. You may discover that maybe you have a passion for something that it never crossed your mind before. So throughout this time, in May, June, July, and August, I keep getting this huge journey of self-discovery for you, Libra. You may discover things about your own self that you can be surprised. But whatever you have, I keep getting that fear not. You do have the courage that you need to overcome any obstacles. You don't necessarily see that in yourself, but I keep getting that you do have the courage that you need to manifest, to make your life easier, or to deal with your fears, or overcome your fear. And for some of you, you may be needing that courage because you really are going to be in a situation where someone may be threatening to take some legal action against you. I keep getting some sort of an awakening. Some feelings that you have for somebody, those feelings could be reawakened. So if there was an attraction, those feelings could be reawakened. If they particularly irritated you, those feelings could be reawakened. For other ones, this could be manifesting as a spiritual awakening, and now you're going to have to decide, like, what else can you do so you can give your life a better meaning. What defines you? Is it your religion? Is it your spirituality? Is it your daily life? Is it your relationship? Is it your dreams? Now, the Seven of Cups also represents daydreaming. So throughout this time, May, June, July, or August, you may be feeling a little bit more scattered than usual, but I keep getting that a lot is happening at a soul level. A lot is happening at a mental level. Even though to you, it may feel like nothing is happening in your life. They are telling me that the true change, the true transformation, the true movement is happening within you, in your heart, in your feeling, in your soul, in your thoughts, in your mind, in your beliefs. So this is going to be an important time of transition and transformation for many of you Libras. I also keep getting that many of you will be achieving some important success in a job that you have. If you have a career, this could be a success in relation to your career. If you don't work, I keep getting that you are going to find yourself successful. You're going to find yourself successful in how you deal with your family situation, family matters. You're going to feel accomplished, no matter how at the beginning maybe you felt scattered or the situation felt challenged. You are definitely going to achieve something that is very important to you, some success that it means a lot to you. Could be something in regards to your own personal matters. I keep getting a lot of focus on the skin. Some of you may be taking care of your skin, addressing any health issues or concern with your skin. For others, I keep getting like any burns that maybe you had in the past, any issues with burns, fire, electricity. For some of you, I keep getting, you may end up having a new car in 2018, or if you do have some important issue coming up with your car, maybe it's, an issue that you may be having on and off. I keep getting that important issue will be resolved, but I also keep getting some sort of a big payout that will come to you, maybe coming through an insurance company, maybe coming through reimbursement, maybe coming through money or payment, maybe it could be coming through a paycheck for some of you, some significant raise or boost to your paycheck. I keep getting like some success will manifest in terms of your financial wealth. So money could be showing up from unexpected sources for you in 2018. And then you have the Three of Cups, representing the last 4 months, September, October, November, and December. And before I go any farther, again, you're going to have two more eclipses, one in July and August, a lunar and solar eclipse again. So, Three of Cups to me represents a congratulatory conclusion to a situation, three women coming up together to celebrate, or this could be three people, not necessarily three women, it could be three men coming together to celebrate something. It represents a joyful occasion, celebration, a gathering. To me personally, it also represents news on the birth of a child, but it will also be birth of a new idea, new opportunity for you to follow your passion, new opportunity for you to follow what your heart desires. So I keep getting that many of you will be setting new goals at the beginning of the year. Okay, what do you want to happen this year in your life? And then I keep getting that sometime a little bit before September, could be like August or September, you could be going over these goals. You may be changing these goals that you initially set out for yourself. You could be working farther towards this goal, or maybe you already have accomplished them and now it's time for you to renew or come up with new goals. I keep getting celebration, whatever you are going to begin at the beginning of the year. So in the first 4 months, January, February, March, and April, whether it is an idea or something that you are actually going to start to put in action, like a business for some of you, I keep getting that toward the last 4 months, whatever you decide, whatever you dream about, now you're going to start to collect. It's going to come to fruition. It's going to start to manifest. So, if you really took care of your finances at the beginning, you made changes, you adapted. At the last 4 months of the year, finances will really start to reward you. If it was about your job will start to reward you. If it was about partnerships, friends, love relationships at the beginning of the year, then by the end of the year, the last 4 years, that will start to reward you. I keep getting that generally this is about how you connect with people, and you are going to find yourself, particularly in the last 4 months, creating a new sense of family, creating a new sense of partnership. And this could be people showing up out of nowhere, kind of giving you little ideas, inspiring you, supporting you. You're going to have some really good and positive experiences with new people that you are going to meet throughout 2018, particularly with people that you are going to connect through networking events, or professional events, professional meetings, conferences, courses, classes that you may take. I keep getting that for some of you, you could be celebrating a new place of living. You may be celebrating a whole new life for yourself. Maybe you're going to find yourself in a new home, in a new career, in a new job, in a new country for some of you. And it does feel like it's going to prove to be a positive move for most of you Libras. Remember that after all, this is a general reading. However, I keep getting that you could be struggling a little bit, and it doesn't matter whether you are married or not, whether you are single or not, whether you are still looking for love or not, whether you live with your family or not. You may still struggle a little bit with that feeling of solitude, a little bit struggling with that feeling of feeling lonely. But it doesn't feel like it's very much highlighted. It is something that will show up for you. Do not pay too much attention to it. It's one of those issues that you may need to address sometime of your life, and for some of you it's going to be 2018, that time of your life when you need to address some issues of maybe feeling a little alone or isolated. So you may have, or lonely, so you may have to address these emotional issues. I keep getting that this could be about an engagement for some of you. This could be your engagement, or you could be announcing that you are in a relationship, not necessarily an engagement. You're going to have some big family events. If this is not your child, this could be the birth or news of a birth, news of a pregnancy about somebody else who is near and dear to your heart. Could be a family member. If you haven't seen your family in a long time, if you are somebody who maybe your family lives very far away from you, you are either emotionally distant, okay, or maybe you live in different locations. I do keep getting a reunion for you, Libra. There's going to be a reunion with siblings, family members, that maybe you haven't seen in such a long time. I keep getting a happy reunion for some of you. So in one way or another, you're going to have a happy reunion. Some of you may be joining like some sort of circle. It could be a circle of meditation. It could be a circle of dance. It could be a circle of, I don't know, you support one another in different ways. You could be joining other people in their efforts. Maybe you want to feel like you want to help others, do some charity or voluntary work. But so, in other words, you're going to feel connected, and you're going to feel like you are part of a team. You're going to feel like you are part of a family. For some of you, you could be organizing food drives or trying to feed people who are in need. I keep getting that you are going to notice some changes in yourself, or maybe other people may be pointing out to some changes in you. So if normally you are someone who takes everything so seriously, maybe you're going to discover that, hey, you can be funny if you want to. You're going to reconnect with your inner child, and it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are. I keep getting this you coming more in unison with your own self, with your own sense of passion, and with your own inner child. Definitely, you're going to have some very beautiful, pleasant, wonderful experiences in 2018 that are going to counterbalance the Seven of Cups. But I also keep getting that you may have to sacrifice, or you may have to work a lot to make something possible for you. And for some of you, this could also mean taking a risk or taking a chance. keep getting, now I mentioned studies or taking courses or learning something new at some point for you. I keep getting towards the last 4 months, toward the last 4 months of 2018. You could be applying to get into a college. You may be applying, you may be signing up for courses or classes. There's going to be something significant, some success in a course of study. Some success, maybe you are already in school and you are going to complete an important course of study. You may be taking the bar, you may be taking the boards, you may be taking a license, but some success will show up for you in terms of courses, classes, your education, your credentials, your status, and a family situation will come to a happy conclusion or to a happy solution. A family situation. You could be signing up to become like maybe member of different communities, member of different country clubs. You may be deciding maybe you want to start a YouTube channel like I do. You may be starting, maybe you're going to publish something and now you're going to collect the money or the benefit or the success from whatever it is that you were launching, publishing, video, blogging about. And I keep getting that. Please explore any ideas that you may have. No matter how ideal these ideas may be coming to you, maybe it's going to come to you in a dream. I keep getting that. Either write them down, because for some of you, some of these dreams or some of these ideas that you may have, they're going to happen in the hard time of the next 3 to 7 years. So I feel that they are encouraging you to kind of pursue your ideas, go after your dreams, go after what you want. And the next card that you have is the Harmony from the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. So I did ask for all of you what else you need to know, what else you need to keep in mind throughout 2018. So you got Harmony. And it means a deep spiritual connection, deep spiritual initiation, or union. This, for some of you, may be a love affair, but for others, this could be a relationship, a friendship, associations, business relationships, or personal relationships. It could also represent your relationship with a group of people, with an organization, a community, a pet, a situation, or an incident. So for many of you in 2018, you're going to feel that time is coming for you to reflect on a relationship that you have with someone. Maybe you could reflect on the relationship, on a love relationship, on a business relationship. So you're going to be reflecting on at least one relationship, because you may need to make a decision. You may need to make a choice. And you are also going to, so a lot of emphasis is going to be for all of you Libras on relationships. What meaning each and every relationship that you have with different people is bringing to your life, how it's changing you, how it's affecting you, how you are affecting them. It is about learning through different relationships that you already have with people, and learning and growing through different relationships that you are going to have with new people in 2018. So you're going to have at least one important relationship. And for many of you, this could be an important love relationship that you have with someone. It's not necessarily about marriage. It's not necessarily about getting married. It is about the lesson learned and growing through a relationship that either you have or that you will develop in 2018. And it is about you discovering more about yourself through your interactions with other people, through the relationships that you are going to create with other people. Now, it's going to be the situation that for some of you, an ex-lover will be coming back in your life from your past. That's going to be the case for some of you, not necessarily a lot of you. And I keep getting that You're going to create very important bondings, very important unions, spiritual unions. With people that think like you, they are more like you, and for some of you, that could be the you when you are really going to meet that soulmate, fall in love, and create a relationship. That could be the case for some of you as well. If you were waiting to finalize a divorce, I keep getting that for some of you, you are going to be able to finalize a divorce. So I'm talking for those of you who already are working towards that. So that's what I keep getting for the year 2018. And now together, we're going to look at January 2018. So these are the two cards that wanted to show up for you from the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. The first card is Firm Foundation, and the second card is Planning, Patience, and Planning. So let me see what the messages are. So the first card, Firm Foundation for January 2018. It means working on creating a firm foundation for your life, creating a firm foundation with it, particular or each and every area of your life, whether it is about emotionally feeling more stable, feeling more grounded, or feeling more grounded into your physical reality. So it is about you doing some ground work that will provide for you the security that your life will be better, that your future will be better. For many of you, you may need to address fears or issues that you may have around family, friends, how you feel supported through family, friends, love relationships, issues that you may need to address with your family life, home life, or domestic life, or even your home. Not necessarily how you feel about home, but also for some of you it's going to be about your home. It's going to be about finances. It's going to be about any fears that somehow, maybe subconsciously, are repressed. You may be feeling like you have been carrying a lot of emotional stress. Maybe you are helping other people. Maybe you are taking care of other people. Maybe you are helping others so much that their problems feel like your own, and you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And for you, Libra, maybe this is happening quite frequently in the recent years. And I keep getting that for many of you, you are going to put a stop to taking care of others, even if it is your children. I do keep getting a situation with work being facilitated. Um, so if you work with equipment, maybe, or tools, and they were broken, they weren't functioning properly, maybe they're going to be fixed, thus facilitating your work. For some of you, I keep getting, please be careful not to pull, I don't know how that is called, careful not injuring your back or twisting your back or discomfort in your lower back. Please be careful with that. I keep getting, for many of you, you're going to feel a need to kind of sit down and relax. The middle part of January, or of the month, mid-month, mid-January 2018, is highlighted to me as very important for many of you to initiate and begin something of importance. Could be a new job for some of you, could be a new business, could be a new business idea. But something will begin, something will initiate at the middle of the month. For some of you, it could be a new health regime or a new diet, but it feels like the midpoint of the month. It feels like many of you will feel like maybe the new energy of the year is going to kick in for you toward mid-January, because I keep getting lots of you being energized and with some sort of a new beginning or doing new things, feeling more in power within you, kind of whatever was blocking you, whether it was energetic, emotional, mental, a situation, a person, for some reason I don't see them influencing you so much. And I keep getting you gaining control over situations that you didn't think you have any control, and it's about your inner power, feeling more empowered. The next card that you have is patience and planning. And to me, it means good things happen to those who wait. But it is a little bit contradictory with this card, because I also keep getting that for those of you who always try to control everything, or to keep the situation under control, maybe you don't need to be all the time so much in control. Maybe you need to let go a little bit and be more flexible, because you may deal with new situation, unpredicted situations that you don't necessarily plan for it. You are not prepared with it, but you need to roll with the changes. This is about you hitting the pause button, reset button, rethink, reevaluate. For some of you, it's going to be about something about finances may come up. You may create a new strategy to make more money. You could be looking for a second job. You could be trying to create a second source of income. You could be trying to save money. So generally, I keep getting some positive experiences with any plannings or choices or decisions that you are going to make in regards to money and your financial situation. But I also keep getting you are completely going to shift your perspective on a particular area of your life that you have been struggling in the last 2 years. So whatever the area of your life is that you have been particularly struggling in the last 2 years, I keep getting that there's going to be a huge shift or a huge boost in that particular area. But for some reason, I just keep getting money for you, so I don't know how money will manifest. Maybe in your mind, you could be preoccupied with issues or questions around money. That could be the situation for some of you. This could be moving into that new home. Some of you could be, maybe you want to build your own home. This could be an actual construction for some of you. And for others, it is about, I keep getting that January is going to symbolize the creation of foundation that is going to provide you with a better sense of security, a stronger sense of having fun and enjoyment in your life. It doesn't matter, even when everything in your life seems to be great and you don't have any concerns. Again, I keep getting this, it could get better. So, but it will also be emotional, because we're going to have a lunar eclipse over the end of the month. So the midpoint of January and the last part of the month, the last few days, are very much highlighted to me for this reading for you. Please do not make any sudden decisions without thinking through. Have a plan, have a strategy, think, rethink before you do any big decisions like changing your home, changing your jobs, changing your career. As long as you have a proper plan for it, you're going to be okay. Do not make any sudden, hasty decisions. So this is what I have for you, Libra, for this entire year of 2018 and for the month of January. Click on the link down here below if you are interested to know more. In the Vimeo videos, if you are interested to know more, I'm looking at each and every month for you, breaking down each and every month. Thank you very much again. Leave me a comment down below. I hope that made sense to you. And of course, sometimes a couple of days or a couple of months need to go by, and then it's going to start to make sense to you. Listen for your rising sign, for your moon sign. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Subscribe, thumbs up if you are not subscribed yet. Email me for a private reading, amalightworker@gmail.com, or visit my website, amalightworker.com. Stay tuned in January. We're going to have a live streaming. Thank you. Have a fabulous year in 2018. Bye.